Everybody, Queen Crazy here, giving my Royal Rumble results and opinions here. It's been an hour and 15 minutes since the Rumble ended, and I have to admit I'm a little disappointed, but in some ways quite relieved to have one good match at least on this card. The cool thing is, I've just logged on, found out that I'm now eligible to post videos that are above 15 minutes in length. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, you may realise this is not actually my bedroom. This is my living room. I'm still down here. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna get on with my predictions, my results actually, sorry. Edge defeating Dolph Ziggler to retain the World Heavyweight title, and if he used the spear, then he would have lost the title. Now, I predicted Edge spot on, as I'm really pleased that I am spot on, and I have to admit the match was better than I thought it was going to be. Way, 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 way better. Vicky came out to tell and remind us all that the spear was banned. Yeah. Fact that she pleaded the fans to say spear, spear, spear and got no reaction made me chuckle a lot. It was a waste of time. The early part of the match was a bit slow going. Let's go Ziggler chant, which was in the background of the first couple of seconds. That was funny. There was a load of moments where they just bit on each other for a little bit. One thing I did know, there was a repeated knee drops on Ziggler's stomach, followed by a gut buster and then a kitchen sink, which all followed with 2 counts. Yeah, 2 counts for Edge early days. And then he dropped him on the barricade gut first. And if Mark Pearson doesn't understand that that isn't psychology, then yeah, well then actually he's been a longer wrestling fan than me. But to me, if you work an area and Zig obviously was really holding it, that's a fucking psychology moment for me. And I may not be as well known on psychology, but I believe that's a good moment. Ziggler then followed with a kick, get back in the ring with a kick to the face with a neck breaker whilst Edge was hanging on the middle rope. I liked that. Only got a 2, which annoyed me. Later on, there was Ziggler went off the top rope, which was of a sunset flip, turned into a catapult by Edge into the corner. Ziggler did another net breaker on Edge, gets 2. This is then followed by a flipping jawbreaker again by Ziggler, only again getting 2. He works again on the neck and a sleeper hold. There's happened a lot in the match, a lot of sleeper or neck holds which Ziggler got in. Seriously, if the guy can only do those, there's a slight problem with him. The crowd have a great response in trying to will Edge out of it. The response to that crowd didn't get that high until quite far in the night. Honest opinion. Ziggler then shoulder barges Edge out of the ring onto the barricade, gets back in, and hold on, I'm a bit lost here. Gets back in the ring. Only gets a 2 count, which surprises me. We're going to get around into the ring. Punches Edge's head and holds the sleeper in again. Edge powers out. Ziggler and Edge Irish whip each other. Ziggler then counters, and both men cross body each other. Both men are down. Quite nice. Ziggler then misses Edge in the corner and flies into the turnbuckle. Ziggler then runs from the turnbuckle into Edge, who counters into a flapjack. You don't see a flapjack nowadays, do you? Edge does a flurry of jumping punches and gets a 2 count. Yeah. Thinking to myself, yeah, that doesn't going to get a win. Ziggler does a jumping jawbreaker on Edge, gets 2, and Edge counters a famouser into a power bomb, which I thought was pretty damn innovative on my end. That only gets a 2, and I'm thinking, how the hell are these guys not well beating each other? It's just I want to see these guys kick the shit out of each other. I'm definitely seeing that. I don't know how these moves are getting only 2s. Edge then goes to the top rope. Ziggler hits Edge in the back of the head. Ziggler then gets a sleeper hold, countered by Edge into an educator submission hold. I have not seen that hold for a very fucking long time. It's happy to see it. And he's punching him to keep him in the hold. Ziggler gets to the ropes, which disappointed me. I wanted to see that move more. Edge then punches Ziggler on the ropes. Edge runs at him, but Ziggler dodges and Edge crossbodies the rope. Crossbodies the ropes, actually, sorry. Then hits the famouser. Edge still kicks out. I'm thinking, fuck. What's it going to take? It's leading up to the spear, obviously, as we can probably guess by now. Edge whips Ziggler and clotheslines him. And then Edge lines up for a spear, goes away from the corner when realising that it can't do it. And then he runs into a sleeper hold by Ziggler again. Edge then counters into an execution Haven't seen that in a while either. Vicky then holds the referee before the 3 count. Vicky gets up on the apron, which surprised me, slapping Edge a lot. Ziggler then runs into her, which I think the crowd jumped thinking, yeah, he's going to hit her. Yeah, that didn't happen. Edge then got a roll up for 2. Edge then got slapped a multiple load of times by Vicky. We were then thinking, oh yeah, Edge is going to spear her right off the ring. That did not happen because somehow and some way Kelly came out and attacked her. Lord knows why. I thought it was Caitlyn for a moment, but they didn't say anything. I think it was. I think they were saying Kelly when they should have said Caitlyn. That's just me. Ziggler then hits the zigzag, but only gets a 2. He goes nuts. Great to see a guy who goes nuts whenever he's just lost a chance at getting a title at a pay-per-view. Fantastic use of emotional stuff there. Ziggler then applies the sleeper. Edge fades but rises up again and flails Ziggler into the referee. Edge counters into a piggyback style stunner. The fans chant for a spear as the referee and Vicky are down. Cole complains a lot. As Edge hits the spear, the crowd goes completely mental. Cole goes mad complaining, thinking that Edge deserves an Oscar nomination for pretending to lie down. Cole, shut the fuck up. I'm going to complain a lot more about you in the next match. Edge then does the unprettier for Christian. Loved that. And gets the 3 count for the win. I have to admit, I absolutely loved this match. Looking back on it, though, I've got it recorded. I look back on it. A lot of sleeper holds. And that did take me down a lot, to be honest. Because if you don't have a lot... If you've got a lot of sleeper holds, it doesn't matter. You haven't got good ring ability if you just rely on sleeper holds all the way through. And on the outside, it was a bit slow. Just getting them back in the ring seemed to take forever. Although there was a bit of psychology, there was good innovative counterings, good innovative moves. It was entertaining throughout, and it's fast. I like fast wrestling. It's not high flying, but it's fast paced, so I don't get bored halfway through. That's what I want. And that gives me... I'm being really generous here, because I did enjoy it a lot. I may look back on this and think badly. I'm going to give it 4.5. One of the two. Right. Yeah, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I'm being generous. I did enjoy it a lot. That's just me. And then the next match, Miz defeating Randy Orton to retain the WWE Championship. I got this one right again. Yes. There wasn't much going on in the match, but I will note this. Orton came out to a very mild pop. Very mild. I'm thinking, ooh. Yeah, this is Cena's hometown. But even Orton getting a small pop? Yeah. The must-see quote by Cole is slightly inaccurate. Bigger than Austin, bigger than Hogan. Pfft. Cole talking to kids got a huge chuckle from me because Cole mattered. Hey, when have you ever started talking to kids? Paedophile joke there. Don't think a lot of people may have noticed. It's me. Yeah, not much happened really. Majority back and forth. Orton got an advantage. Then Miz got an advantage. Riley interfering, Cole going nuts on the commentary. That basically happened for the majority, and it only got good towards the end of the match. I have to admit, I had this match rated up quite highly before I realised this. The one thing, Michael Cole noting and comparing Miz to Lou Thez. Fuck you, Cole. Lou Thez, one of the architects of modern wrestling. Seriously, I know you're trying to garner heat. And you can compare him to Austin, you can compare him to all kinds of people. But when you compare him to Lou Thez, that's just wrong. That is wrong. This guy wrestled for 6 decades and made a legacy that is untarnished throughout the whole of wrestling. You honestly want to tell me what you know? Cole, I know more than you. Fucking hell. Anyway... Just want to quickly say that there's an Irish whip by Orton, which was counted into a sleeper hold. Miz tried to German suplex Orton, which was quite nice. Countered into a suplex of his own. I did like that use of counter. A boot to a face, kicked Orton down to get 2. Miz goes up to the top rope, gets dumped on his balls. Yikes, the injuries I've had, I know that's painful. Orton then superplexes Miz. Cole goes completely next go, no, Miz got superplexed, oh my god. I used to hear JR go mental when something big happened, getting thrown off the cell, or something big like that. They didn't go that nuts. Seriously. Where am I? That gets a 2, believe it or not. Punching melee continued by both men, one after the other. Orton then flows with some clotheslines, followed by his signature backbreaker. Miz goes to the apron for the Hangman goes to the apron, enters a Hangman DDT. Orton hits it very well. Miz then goes out of the ring. Hold on, I'm completely... Oh, wait, hold on a second. I've got that completely wrong. Miz was in the corner ready for Hangman DDT, and he dumps Orton straight out. I will jump out of my seat for that. Pretty good. Where am I? I've completely lost. That gets a... And, see what I mean? I've got the notes here. I'm getting completely lost. Riley then outside the ring kicks Orton. Miz rams Orton into the barricade and then the apron, throwing him back in the ring for 2. Miz does a top rope axe handle. Haven't seen that for a while. Gets 2. Punches him down for another 2 count. Kicked again for a 1 count. Just keep going for it. Then there's a rear naked choke on Orton. Crowd reaction is slightly flat at this point. Not to mention, there's not much cheering for him to get out of it, really. The crowd were not really supportive of this. Orton then gets out of the sleeper hold, but choke, and is then thrown out of the ring. Miz then catapults Orton into the ring post. Shortly before the 9 count, as you'd expect in modern WWE, Orton gets up, immediately goes in, and then he does the Austin-style jumping and punching. If people wanted to compare Orton to Stone Cold Steve Austin, there's a point right there. Miz then beats Orton into the corner, backs away, and gets a clothesline for his troubles. Yeah, the Viper strikes again. Orton does a power slam, which is called a power slam by Striker and a scoop slam by Cole. Cole, get your fucking facts right. And then gets kicked around by Miz. And he does a knee to the jaw and only gets 2. Riley then interferes on the apron, and Miz gets... Where am I? And then Miz gets Orton with a neck breaker and he gets 2. Miz is then thrown to the ropes, counters the RKO into a skull crashing finale. That gets countered into an angle slam by Orton for 2. Awesome. Miz then grabs the title, tries to leave the ring, gets clotheslined and thrown back into the ring by Orton. Riley then distracts Orton, and Miz does a DDT for 2. Orton then grabs Miz for a sunset fit for 2. Hangman DDT finally connects, the Viper taunt, and then suddenly the Nexus appear. And I'm thinking, Nexus? What the fuck are they doing out here? Maybe the rumours are true. I don't know. Riley then tries to interfere. He's then thrown over the top rope by Orton onto the Nexus, guys. Absolutely epic. I fucking love that. Absolutely amazing moment. Jumped out of my seat. Loved it. And then, out of nowhere, he delivers an RKO to Miz. And then Punk comes out the crowd. Does a GTS to Orton. Then Riley, I think it's Riley, and puts Miz on Orton for the win. Cole goes nuts, says that he doesn't know how Miz won. I don't think so. Neither does King, because we all know why. And if you don't know why, you're just a douchebag, Cole. Anyway, this was really slow at times. Back and forth, repetitive. Riley's constant interference and Cole's commentary pissed me off all the way. But the ending saved it. I have to admit, though, like I said, that what I've described did get me excited. Hangman DDT, good countering by The Miz, though. The Miz proved he can counter moves well, and he proved, even though with a cheap win, he is still a strong wrestler in the ring. I'm happy with that. I will only give this a 1.5 star, though, because this match was nothing that I expected it to be. Nothing in a million years like I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be way better. 1.5. I was not happy. Not at all. And then we get to the slight shock of the night for me, that Natalya didn't win the Divas Championship match. She lost the title. The Raw GM chimed in. There was huge boos for Cole. There was a few clowns behind him, if you didn't notice. He gets owned by the Raw GM whilst talking. The match was no longer a handicap match, but a fatal 4-way. And I'm thinking, Awesome Kong. I just thought, oh, come on, please be Awesome Kong, please. And it was Eve Torres, and I just fucking stopped for a second and thought, oh, come on. You've got a giant woman in her. You've got a giant woman in Beth Phoenix, Melina, and you only let Eve Torres. I would have gone happy with Maurice, but no, had to be Eve. I saw her win this fucking title in London. I don't give a shit about this girl at all. I just lost interest with it. There's only a few moves that got me. There was an Irish whip clothesline by Layla on Eve early on, which got 2. Michelle then dominated Eve, and Natalya dominated Layla, which shows why they think Michelle is better than Layla. It's obvious in that showing. Crowd are dead practically. Michelle and Layla throw Eve and Natalya out the ring. Layla and Michelle are one-on-one in the ring. The crowd perks up a little bit. Natalya ruins the moment, and the crowd goes right back down again. Natalya does double sharpshooter on Eve and Layla, which is nice. Michelle kicks her in the head to break it up and gets 2. Layla does actually, in my opinion, sick-looking neck breaker, because you can actually see the neck slamming on the shoulder and then going down. Nice. I quite like neck breakers with a bit of oomph. Gets a 2. Michelle and Layla are lined up. Natalya and Michelle gets kicks Layla in the face by accident. No reaction there, despite what happened earlier. He moonsaults on Layla for the win. But I don't know if this is either Natalya pinning Michelle or Michelle pinning Natalya. I don't know. But the referee only counted the one that he saw. The ref didn't see the other one. The ref